Bonjour, hello, hola, ¿cómo estás? Hi Sparkles, so I either need a root canal or a giant filling, so in today's video you're gonna come along with me to the dentist, if you want to. If you don't, then peace. So I finally have a doctor's appointment to get my back molar fixed. It's that one with the giant metal amalgam filling. So the corner of that tooth actually broke off like on my second Invisalign tray, or maybe even my first Invisalign tray, so it broke off literally almost 2 years ago, and because there's an attachment on it, for my elastics, the orthodontist told me to hold off from going to the dentist and not get it fixed until I was done my treatment. So I've been waiting literally 2 years, and now it has been in so much pain for literally like 2 years. Like anytime I accidentally bite on it or get food in it, it is the worst, most intense pain in the world. So I think I'm getting a root canal tomorrow, but finally have a dentist appointment to go get that checked out. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it's just a filling, because that would be like literally $1,000 cheaper, but just want it to be fixed so that I can stop being in pain. I am literally such a giant nerd, but does anybody else get super excited about going to the dentist instead of super scared? Like, I'm sitting outside reading about root canals and getting super excited to potentially get one tomorrow. That is so weird. But anyways, so for you guys that are interested in what a root canal treatment actually is, so essentially your tooth is made of like several layers. And so you have the enamel on the outside, which is like the hard white layer. And then there's the dentin on the inside, which makes up like the majority of the inside of your tooth. And then under that layer, you have the pulp, and the pulp goes all the way down into all of the different root canals on the tooth. And then there's obviously the nerves and the blood vessels and stuff which run through the pulp. So if you end up having an infection in the pulp, or you crack your tooth or something, that's when you're going to need a root canal, and you might see an abscess or something on your gums and all of that kind of stuff. And so this infection needs to be removed, and that's why they need to remove all of the nerves and all of the pulp from the tooth in order to fill the tooth and save the tooth. So that is what happens in a root canal, is they remove everything from inside the root canal. So all of the pulp and nerves and blood vessels and everything, they remove all of that, and then they fill up the tooth again, and that hopefully saves the tooth. Sometimes the tooth needs to be retreated, or it fails and it has to be removed, but usually that is what happens. For me, it's on a back molar that hurts when I bite into it, so I'm assuming I will need a root canal instead of a regular filling, because a regular filling is usually used when the cavity is just within the enamel layer or the dentin, and so anything deeper than that usually requires a root canal. And by the fact that me biting into this tooth and feeling pain when food goes into the tooth hole, or my tooth is cracked and it hurts, that the food is probably reaching the pulp layer of my tooth, which means that the pulp layer is exposed, meaning I will probably need a root canal, not a filling. So that's going to cost a lot more money, and a root canal requires a crown. So those are the things I'm not excited about. I'm just excited to fix my tooth. But a root canal, I'm assuming it's probably going to cost like $1,200, and then a crown, which they will probably advise afterwards, will probably cost like $2,000. Whereas if I needed just a filling, it would probably cost like a couple $100s. So if your tooth breaks, make sure to check out the dentist as fast as you absolutely can, because you might be able to just get away with a filling and not need a root canal, and that will save you literally thousands of dollars. And it'll save your tooth. So. My life is pretty plain. You don't like my voice. So I am on my way to the dentist. I'm super excited to get the dental work done, and she's very excited too. But I am not excited to pay the price, especially if it's going to be a root canal and I have to spend several $1,000s. So I'm a little bit irritated. I went in and had my appointment, and they said it was supposed to be for getting my molar fixed. And she even asked me if I just wanted to get the molar fixed or if I wanted to check up and to get the molar fixed. And I said, well, as long as there's time for both. And then they just did a checkup and sent me on my way and booked me another appointment at the end of the month to get my molar fixed. So I am not happy about that. So my molar is still not fixed. And they did give me a treatment plan, so I'm going to break down everything. Literally, they want me to get so many different things, including 2 crowns, a permanent night guard. They want me to get all of my amalgam fillings replaced. There's a whole bunch, so... But good news is they didn't recommend a root canal yet, just a filling or a crown. One eternity later. That's the tooth I'm getting fixed. And just got my needle. Alright, so I just finished my dentist appointment. I'm extremely frozen, but for some reason it doesn't really look like I'm that frozen. Does it? I don't know. I feel like usually my face is like I'm John Crescent and like completely paralyzed. I feel like the lower half of my face, this is all frozen. My cheek and everything's frozen, but I guess because it's not the top lip, you can't see. It's raining. This is my teeth that I got done. 2 back ones. He says after it's done, oh, by the way, that filling was so deep and the decay was so close to the root that there's an 80% chance that you're gonna need a root canal. And I'm like, oh great. So we tell me this after we fill the tooth? Why didn't we say that before? You were showing me on the x-ray, so you knew that before you filled the tooth. I am so confused because now if I need a root canal, that's going to be drilling my entire tooth apart and then filling it all up again. So irritating. So I just came to Wendy's while I wait for my ride. I'm going to try and eat, but I'm probably gonna like bite my whole face off. I got lemonade and a junior bacon cheeseburger. But yeah, I just went and looked at my tooth in the bathroom. It looks beautiful. I just am blown away that he didn't say until the end of my appointment, right when I'm leaving, oh, this tooth is probably going to cause you a ton of pain. Like, there's an 80% chance that this tooth is going to be causing you a ton of pain and need a root canal. So I'm like, why didn't you tell me that from the very beginning so that we could just do a root canal? But, like, it looks really pretty compared to the old gross silver filling I've had in there since I was, like, 12 or something. Junior bacon cheeseburger. See, the worst part when you're frozen is you can't even tell if you're biting your face. He kept telling me to like go over the filling with my tongue to see if it was rough. And I'm like, I can't feel my tongue. Alright, so the freezing is starting to wear off and I'm starting to like freak out because when he said at the end of my appointment that the chance of me needing a root canal and being in writhing pain is a 80% chance, that is not a really good chance because before I got this tooth fixed, if I accidentally bit on a piece of food and it went into the hole where my molar was broken, I would be in so much pain that I was going to like black out, like pass out, like so much pain. And then once I'd remove the food from the hole, I would no longer be in any pain at all. So if I'm going to be in writhing pain, this is going to be like having food in that hole again, except for it's going to be a giant chunk of filling that can't be removed at all. So am I just going to be in like writhing pain as soon as this freezing wears off and then I'm going to die? I don't know. I'm freaking out. No, I don't know whether to take Advil because I don't know if I'll be able to tell if there's pain. Now I'm just scared. But anyways, that is it for this video. I hope you guys like this video. I am probably going to do a part 2 to this when I get my bonding done. He did say that it's probably going to be like impossible to do this black triangle and to make this tooth look bigger and like all the other things that I want. So I'm probably going to go to a different cosmetic dentist to get that stuff done someday. But for now, I'm just going to hope that this tooth doesn't hurt and get these 2 teeth bonded so I can get my new retainers. And that is it. Okay, so the freezing just wore off, and honestly, the tooth hurts a little bit, like it's aching a tiny, tiny bit, but nothing more than like anytime I get a normal filling. So I'm like, I think that it might actually be fine. Because before he started the filling, he said after the filling that the pain, any kind of discomfort would subside after a couple weeks. So I think that if it needed a root canal, that it would be like in writhing pain once this numbing wore off. But since it's feeling totally fine, just a tiny bit achy, then I think it's going to be good. Fingers crossed. So I just wanted to mention that my dentist actually called back an hour after that and was just like, hey, I just wanted to check in and see how you're feeling and see how your tooth is feeling and everything. So I was like, what? I've never had a dentist do that in my life. So that was super kind and I am super grateful of them for that. That was awesome. How cute is that? Oh, and it's the next morning and my tooth feels totally gravy. But anyways, yeah, that is it for this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a great big thumbs up. Smash that juicy red subscribe button if you're new here. And as always, make sure to be weird, be wild, and stay sparkly. And I will see you all in the next video. Love you so much. Bye.